Lost ever as an organization in the 2.5 years they've been in Valorant. They played around 310 maps. That's their worst loss ever. Just throw that out there.
All right, well, casually going to put that together. LG, though, even with all this early aggression kind of being showcased, they are going to try to flood forward in towards A. You also saw the observers point out the counter shock dart into kitchen, which will put a little bit of pressure defensively on Dazzle to kind of hold his ground in mid.
Yeah, the guard is looking to kind of really press A here. B-Dog cuts him off, though, and this side hasn't changed a crazy amount. It's B where you see the bulk of the changes to Icebox. I think this is only the second time the new Icebox has been played in NA or EMEA, unless they played it earlier today over in Europe. But anyway, B-Dog comes up again, but here comes the response.
But the high ground control from Tig, possibly too good, although Valen just keeps the play alive by sheer force of will. Collects 3 kills by way of the Ghost, now leaving Moose by himself. 1v2, and the guard will set up a post plant deeper in towards where their spawn would be.
Yeah, this is big, and I mean, they obviously have a lot of utility that can slow down a defuse, being able to play back here like this between the shock darts and snake bites and such, which is going to make it tough on Moose, and force them to kind of take the fight to them. Trying to use this new doorway, not going to find it, but does find Valen, but he's running out of time.
Oh, he does get the information here, though. A little bit of rope play going on. Ring around the rosy, and Trent will be able to run away long enough to secure the elimination, keeping the spike to his back.
But Valen really shows that this team has like a really well-balanced out roster where you can get fragging from almost every position.
LG showing some force, though, over towards this B-long play. And oh boy. B-Dog completely caught, eventually gets overwhelmed, but Dazzle's still in a pretty solid spot to find trades, and he actually keeps a pretty significant amount of defensive pressure forward, but that's a great shock dart to push him on the backside of yellow. Moose up top, left with only a shot worth of health left, but he does have some friends here to try to help defend this B side as the rotations here for Mata and Tig.
Yeah, 3-on-3 battle here at B side, though Moose is certainly low in health, and obviously the firepower advantage swings heavily in favor of the guard, and all their players are still fully healthy. Suppression comes out there from Mata. Tig still holding up the top. And what if a stalemate breaks out? But the time is ticking until eventually guard will need to commit here.
I was going to say, really the only thing you have to deter is these cloud bursts. Just at the moment, Paranoia comes out. Fragment also to make the save player in the longer angle, able to turn that into not just one, but taking down Mata on the low ground, and then finds Moose up top. Is there anything this guy can't do?
Yeah, you know Cryo, you know Leaf, like you know all these names in NA, but the one that sometimes I feel like slides under the radar a bit is Saya Player. Mostly because he played like a million different roles on T1, I feel like, and so you never get to see him settle into it. Watch out for that guy.
Operator in hand for B-Dog against the Marshall Saya Player, and I'm not going to say that there's a natural advantage anymore after what we just watched from Saya Player. But the guard does kind of force their way in towards tubes. Pretty significant defensive pressure for LG, but they do kind of tactfully back up here behind where this offensive Viper's wall would be.
Yeah. Again, we didn't get to see too much from the guard because they were just bulldozing Sentinels yesterday, so it's kind of hard to like really get much of a read on it. But one thing that they did do a lot is they used mid on attack side really well because that plant zone at B extends into kitchen always. So be on the lookout for that in future rounds. But on this bonus, we're looking just to send it on A.
Knives in hand for side player, makes good on that. Tig not able to hold defensively. Mata's still playing forward though, looking like he wants to commit to this. 0 point will give the information they need, which is everyone's here. Pretty much connects on every single offensive member, but it does not stop the plant from coming through, nor from Net getting away with his life. So 5v4, numbers good for the guard on this offensive post plant, but LG do have weapons to work with, and still a couple of flashes that can maybe be used to try to push forward. There's the trigger, but Saya Player just throws the shoulder, sees nope, nobody's on it. Mata clearing off the tight tube area. That will allow him an opportunity to get a little bit more space to work with, and B-Dog shuts down the knives. So now 4v3. Defensively, pressure has been absolutely mounted by Luminosity as they continue to push forward. It's just down to Jonah, and they cannot collect a single kill. Clean retake from Luminosity.
Yeah, really well done there to cash in against the bonus of the guard. Just barely, though. I mean, they were getting bogged down there for a bit, but the guard never really able to set up that post-plant utility right now.
Here's that play through mid, as you were mentioning. The guard smoking out, running up through tube. But you do see that the 0 point does connect, and Mata will know that, okay, Jonah P for sure is at least on top. You don't really know what's coming through into kitchen, but the trademark down. You thought may have been an opportunity to read this. Boo's trying to rendezvous, and actually he kind of puts himself in the middle of danger. Dazzle still looking to force the trades. Gets care of the spike carrier. Viper spit down. Tig on the pinch, and LG have completely stopped the guard's play through mid.
Yeah, they have. That's a huge shutdown. That's a very tight corridor, obviously. They're able to kind of run them through the blender. We'll have to see a Trent and Jonah P can reel this one back in, a man down. Paranoia is still available here for Jonah P as he starts patrolling. He does get Spike back in his possession. He's meeting up with Trent, who's come through alongside, deploys his smoke, and starts trying to bring the Spike into a planting position. Trent trying to peek through here and catch something, but knowing, showing themselves on LG, they're playing together for this retake 3-on-2.
Recon bolt denied. Hunter's Fury still going to be spent defensively. And for the moment, the guard just do not care. And even how about it? Jonah takes an aggressive angle away from Tig. Paranoia will stall this even further. So now you kind of look to see, well, how do you break back into this with B-Dog and an operator? Jonah's watching the cross through mid crates, and that will be good for one. Trade's good on the B-Dog. And he's able to turn this into a rifle for a 1v1. Trent with a lot of utility still to spend, though. Decides to play the low ground. B-Dog goes up top. Cloudburst as he toggles for any sound cues that may bait out utility. Not being fooled, Trent goes right back up top and says, I'm very aware of your cheeky little plan.
Yeah, that
and the
fake
guard
defuse unfortunately fell. Hello there, sir. I have to say, good job by LG shutting down kind of the initial game plan from the guard. You know, in the past on Icebox, mid was very rarely implemented in North America on attacking side. I think Gen G had a brief period where they were kind of doing a little bit, and that kind of looked a little bit unique, but it's something that rarely happened. It was more about just the heavy pushes on sites. And, you know, almost backfire, but still reeled that one in for the 3-1 lead.
Well, these same shock darts are coming through. The guard want to continue to put some pressure on Luminosity through the middle of the map, but I will say Luminosity have had a response for it so far. This time it's by way of just aggression of their own, completely shutting down mid, allowing the defense to not just rotate to A early, but they're stacked up ready to go for anything middle as well.
Yeah, just a long B push comes out there, shuts down Jonah P early. We're going to see the guard now just kind of sitting back, waiting to see if LG are looking to throw any more daggers into their front line as they do look to retake into long B now through this new hallway. Spike going to be with that pack. In fact, everyone's starting to slide over into this position. Looks like they want to go B. Viper utility is down to help lead the way. While Yellow plays a little bit differently with it flip, you know, they still have an ability to kind of ride out this toxic screen to the site as it does get lifted. Let's not worry about B-Dog's ult.
Yeah. Recon Bolt allowing the guard to walk forward. Mata up top still with a ton of utility, including the fragment that gets first. And B-Dog tries to use it as a chance to maybe try to peek this, and, well, they don't really find the value out of the knives that they were looking for. Fortunately, Dazzle and Mata could continue to put pressure down onto the site itself, dropping the spike carrier. And, well, obviously presence detected, leaving Saya player for what would have to be a miraculous 1v3. Paranoid up. Moose able to find the damage, and Tig will credit him the assist by finishing the kill.
I can't use that.
Well, the early 0 point once again kind of keep the guard planted in a way. You also see the defensive setup, again, just putting a lot of respect to what the guard was abusing versus Sentinels yesterday. A couple trademarks set up over towards Tube here, Dust.
It makes you respect mid more. You know,
Absolutely.
That's the biggest thing that's happening here with Dazzle having to really kind of keep eyes on it this time. It's creating a little bit more of a softened up defense on site. As you are seeing the guard slowly inch forward, playing contact, not looking to really send any utility forward. Trying to see what space they can gain for free, and, you know, they're starting to make some good progress here. Mata just playing kind of the back angle.
Good help, though, over the top. Mata is able to get on out. Second 0 point comes through, suppressing 2 more players for the guard. They still force their way forward. Null Command comes out. That will, again, further the lack of utility for the guard's offense. They're still forward. And as the resurrection comes out, Jonah nearly catches a timing, but backing off of it just the nick of time as B-Dog to capitalize on the kill plus the resurrection.
Yeah, Tour de Force out for net, but 1v5 and Spike down doesn't leave a whole lot of opportunities to throw a wrench in this round. I think, yeah, that is failure to pass, Ghost Rider. No show of force here. Tour de Force, but yeah.
That's the only show of force.
Yes.
No, Dazzle is.
Isn't that sequel supposed to come out? Or did it already have?
That was supposed to come out like a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Top Gun, for those of you not familiar. Probably
And so stay Luminosity for the Prime Gaming.
Yeah. Maybe you can watch it on there. I don't know. You can watch a lot of stuff.
It's fair.
You almost thought
Oh,
that this was going to be a problem.
Yeah.